Look, I multiply these little Passiflora whenever I can, because they're the toughest Passiflora known to man. Extremely tough. This one was grown from a cutting and it's established roots, but I like to keep multiplying them. They do multiply on their own through suckering, but I want them all over the place. Let's go and have a look at their flowers. There it is. Can we focus? Let's have a look, see what we're capable of with this old camera of mine. Very pretty. It's not cerulean, because cerulean is what the ones they sell in the nurseries with a Passiflora edulis grafted on top of them. This isn't P. cerulea. It's completely different. P. cerulea is more thirsty and more delicate. This is tougher than Passiflora cerulea. Very pretty. Amazingly drought resistant. I've seen it scrambling over hard baked clay in summers on a furnace like day, still alive. Amazing. There's one way up in the pepper tree. Can we find it? Where is it? Can I see it? It's there somewhere. It's in the center of the picture. I can't see, the screen's too small, but there is one climbing up there in the pepper tree. Listen to the cicadas already. It's getting very hot too. Well, I'm holding my tripod like a stalk, like a monopod. There's one up in the pepper tree. And there's one scrambling over a pile of sticks. Amazingly drought hardy, amazingly tough. There's a bee doing its stuff. These are quite fragrant, these flowers too. They remind me a little bit of stocks, those plants, those bedding plants called stocks. They have a nice stocky sort of perfume. They don't seem to fruit, although one year, about a decade or more ago, one had a little yellow fruit on it. Could it be Passiflora incarnata? I don't know. There you are, bee, do your stuff. It's quite hot today, but not as hot as it can be. Can be, B-double-E. There you go. This is on my little Canon camera, but I will be getting an HD camera soon. I love this Passiflora because it's just so tough. Just so very tough. It's a beautiful vine. It's a lovely green vine. And when it's happy, it has lots of beautiful flowers. It does. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. Gorgeous. Extremely drought resistant, more than any other Passiflora I know of. Not only that, it's quite frost hardy. Most Passifloras aren't very frost hardy. This is the most frost hardy Passiflora I know as well, on top of everything else. Once established, that is. The blackbird thinks so too, I think. And yes, this is a good little nesting vine for like superb fairy wrens. Australian birds will nest in this vine. Blackbirds would nest in it too. It makes a good, see, it's all thick. It will grow up through trees, up walls. There's some over there in that pepper tree. There they are. And it's not just attractive to bees. At the end of each leaf there's a thing called a nectary too, which attracts ants, which is useful. The nectaries give off syrup, or they exude syrup. Hello, bee. If I were watering this flower, this bush, it would be even better. It would have even more blooms on it. But this is all just showing what it can do without being watered at all. Looks like a European honeybee. So, if you didn't want this passion fruit growing where you wanted it, I mean, it can sucker, so that can be a nuisance, but it's a beautiful cottage garden vine, really. You'll find it growing around old homesteads out in the Lachlan Valley where I am. Completely abandoned and surviving. It's quite amazing. So tough and drought resistant. I filmed it on days when there was a heat haze, and you know the image was rippling with heat. They can just survive without being watered once established. Once established is the you know, the key phrase. Listen to the cicadas, yes. I presume we'd have to have a pollinator for them to set fruit. They don't normally set fruit for some reason. There we are. Go to the next flower, why don't you be? Aren't they gorgeous? So you can have a beautiful cottage garden without water if you choose the right plants. I should like this growing all over my house. I saw a house out near Forbes and it was completely covered in, what's that? Yes, morning glory vine. The whole house, even the antennas on the television antennas on the roof were covered in morning glory vine. It was the most wonderful sight I've ever seen. Just a house entirely covered in morning glory. Beautiful colours. So radiant. Gorgeous filaments. Show us yourself. Look at those beautiful filaments. I can hear an intruder. See that? Look at that gorgeous color. Here we are doing a selfie.